Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah and I'm a student at Montmorency College in Quebec, Canada. I have just finished reading and analyzing an engaging historical novel called Refugee by Alan Gratz. And that is what I want to tell you about today. So I don't know if you guys ever notice how war can influence the way children act. That the term childhood loses all meaning in the eyes of these young people and that they act more like adults than children. The war, which is the main theme of the novel I just told you about, is an event supposed to weaken and terrorize people, especially children. In fact, around 10 million children are estimated to have been killed as a result of war during the last 10 years. However, in Refugee, Alan Gratz shows that it rather makes the three main characters, Joseph, Isabel, and Mahmoud, grow mentally by showing that they act like adults. First of all, I want to tell you about Joseph's story. The author shows that Joseph is grown up mentally when he had to help his mother keep his father calm when he was too agitated on the boat. He thought the trip was a trap and wanted to get out of the boat. For several minutes, Joseph had to remain calm and clench to his father's arm to try to calm him down. Also, during the examination of the Cuban doctor, his father was unconsolable and brought too much attention. Joseph therefore decided to control the situation before it degenerated by slapping his father across the face and by giving him orders to bring him back to his senses. Papa was the one acting like a child and Joseph was the adult, the author said. To continue, when Joseph's mother and father fell asleep, he had to act as a man and take care of his mother, father, and little sister who was then at the pool. Towards the end of the novel, he himself broke the window to escape from the Nazis and saved his mother and little sister before running away first. In fact, throughout the novel, he held back from crying to take control of his emotion and act like an adult. So this is all for Joseph's story. Now moving on to Isabel's. She acts like an adult from the beginning of the novel by trading her trumpet, which was very important to her, for gasoline. This is how they were able to fuel the boat and sail off to get out of the country. Moreover, when the ship sank and everyone on the boat was bailing, Isabel did not hesitate to save Senor Castillo's life by diving into the water and bringing him to the surface. Again, when the boat lurched and sank, Isabel took over the situation like an adult and remembered the way the engine had been working itself loose from its bolts. So, she and Amara kicked it with their feet and tipped the engine over the side. Finally, I'm going to tell you about Mahmoud's story. As with Isabel, the author shows that he acts like a man from the beginning of the novel. When his house was bombed, he took his little sister in his arms and took his little brother's hand to get out. Moreover, the war in Syria that Mahmoud and his family are facing includes a terrorist group called Daesh, who has killed thousands of children, women, and men over the years. In addition, we can see that Mahmoud is grown mentally because he himself asked the man who was driving by if he could help them by providing a place to sleep. He took Mahmoud's family to a boat and they sailed there with other refugees. After a while, the boat sank and everyone was in the water. Mahmoud saw his mother and little sister and put his arms around his mother and tried to kick both her and Hannah back to the surface. Even with the big waves that kept him from breathing, he never let go of them and acted like a man. Eventually, when people on another boat saw them but did not want to save them, Mahmoud begged them to take his little sister, and they eventually accepted. Then, Mahmoud found a way to save his mother by using a dead man's vest to give her. Mahmoud fought down his fears and fumbled with the traps and the dead man's life jacket. So, to sum up what I said, the author showed us the maturity of Joseph, Isabel, and Mahmoud living in a war situation by showing us the courageous act they did and the strong spirit that they kept throughout their misery. Furthermore, this literary critique has analyzed and interpreted the main characters of Alan Gratz's Refugee by paying attention to the effects between the way in which these young people act at war and the one of young people living in a peaceful society, and notice the impact of war on these children. The connections you will make could be useful to you in any work of literature. If you enjoyed this video, click the like button and hit subscribe.